I think it's time that we make more power. So, as you guys saw in the last video, I unboxed the Fuel It Stage 2 bucketless pump, and I think it's about that time that we install it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the box, take the sticker, I'm gonna go over by Steve's house right now, and we are going to install the Stage 2 bucketless fuel pump from Fuel It. Before we install it, what I'm gonna do is I'll pick Steve up and we're gonna go do like a 3rd gear pull, so that way we get like a data log, because at the top end of my power band I am starting to run lean, I believe. So the the low pressure fuel pump is struggling a little bit. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll gain a little bit more of high-end horsepower, or maybe hold the boost a little bit longer, and also we'll be capable of running some E85. All right, so I made it to Steve's house. You guys haven't seen this in a while. Summer meets Scarlett. You have a heart and Scarlett doesn't, which is almost like me and you. I got the heart and he doesn't.
That's cold.
Look at this. Look at this thing. 2 JZs.
Hey, you know what's cool? You know how you saw those cracks? Because of the lighting.
I wonder what he got the light idea from. Must have been somebody that's got lights in his garage.
This guy that I know, he owns a 335i, you know, he put light in his garage, and I got jealous. I got lights.
Starting trends, boys. We're starting trends out here in the wonderful state of New Jersey, where it's actually not wonderful at all. This place absolutely sucks. I'm moving to Texas, Cali, or Florida. All right, let's get to work. So as you guys know, we're installing the fuel pump. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these seats. So Steve already did that. It looks like you're gonna have to unclip that stupid little seatbelt.
How the hell do you unclip this stupid little seatbelt?
I don't know. There looks like a little red button there.
I got my fingers don't fit in there.
Maybe you should get smaller fingers.
Oh, that's what I got you for.
Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is there's going to be 4 10mm bolts right here. Then boom, it's going to give you access to that, where Steve already had unplugged that because he is impatient. So, once you unplug that, you're going to unplug the other wire.
Alright, so we got it unplugged. Pat's going to start the car. It's dead. It died.
What's that mean?
That means that this line is depressurized. And that means we can unplug them both. Ah, 1.
Ooh.
And I don't think I can squeeze hard enough. I don't have the finger dexterity. There we go. Cool. Now I'm gonna grab this little guy. I'm gonna put this little guy here. Then with my unused hand, I'm gonna grab that guy, and I'm gonna hit this guy over here. Alright, I'm gonna die. My fingers are gonna die.
Oh yeah. Steve, you know, sometimes you just need to be a little bit more of a man and get in there and not be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. You know, mans are never dirty.
Ooh, it smells like E85. Alright, just kidding. We don't have E85. Alright, so this little clip has to get pushed in. I think from the back. And you pull down, something like that.
Alright, so there was what, 3 hoses in there, right? That we unplugged?
Yeah. 3 hoses that we unplugged. This one was kind of difficult to take off, so Steve did that. And then these, there was 2 little return lines, and they just slide off. And then you can lift the bucket out somehow.
Get gasoline all over your carpet.
But you have to be very careful because the float's in there. When you pull it up, just be careful. Oh God, gasoline. Be careful with the float on the side.
Spin it. So you tilt it the other way.
Spin it like which way?
Where's the float? Oh, okay,
right there.
You're good. Go ahead.
Yay! And now you want to take the extra gas and try and neatly
your carpet.
Dump it back in there.
This car's gonna explode when we turn it back on.
Alright, so here we have everything laid out. This is the Fuel It Stage 2 bucketless assembly. Right here you have your cotter pins for the float assembly. It's literally labeled, which makes it amazing. Large vent tube clip. That's because that vent tube that we took off, people sometimes break it because it's a little difficult to get off. So that's an extra. And then here is your fuel filter. So once you get this, you're gonna want to turn this. You want to turn this for me, bud?
I can turn that.
Which way do you want to turn it?
90 degrees. I'm like my eyes are like a measuring device. Precise measuring tool. It's like a contact on.
Oh yeah. So we have that. Now what we're gonna do is you want to unclip this. We're gonna take these power wires off. There's like a little like tab. You might be able to use a screwdriver to make life a little bit easier.
One.
Okay.
Ta-da! Oh, I want to cut that thing. I got excited. I want to cut it.
Yeah, then you cut this.
Cut it.
The top hat. The black cord off the top hat.
Say
'cause
goodbye.
You no longer need the bucket. Bye bye. Now that's free. This is all that we're going to be carrying over right here.
And this.
And the float assembly, which I believe you go like this, angle it a little bit. You want to put it straight. Guys, it's kind of hard doing this stuff.
One-handed.
There's actually pins in there, but as you see, Steve got it out. And then you kind of just unhook the wires from there. And there you have it. Now your float is able to come over here. And this is now considered GARBO. So the float assembly goes there, and on the bucket assembly it was clipped in by pins, but here they give you cotter pins. So there you go. Steve put the cotter pins through, so now the float is safe and secure. Okay, so here is the finished product. When you put on the top hat, you want to make sure that the vent tube in the back is on the same direction as the float assembly. As Steve said, once you get this, it's going to be facing towards the electrical connectors. You're going to want to make sure that you turn it 90 degrees and face out towards the Fuel It logo. And then the electrical connectors are very simple. You literally could just copy what we have. The float goes to the left if you're looking at it from the front, and the power to the pump goes to the right. Literally very, very simple plug and play install for the Bucketless fuel pump. I definitely recommend it. It flows better. So let's install it back in the car and test it out. Okay, so these two tubes right here, those are return lines. Those are return lines that were used for when you have a bucket. Since we have no bucket now, they're pretty much just gonna chill in there because they're just gonna be returning fuel back to the fuel tank. So that line right there, that guy is gonna go to the black fitting on the fuel pump, and then the vent tube, that's what's going to go to the bottom of the top hat. Very simple. And then those two lines, like I said, are just gonna chill in there and be return lines and return back to the Bucketless assembly now.
So Pat's gonna prime it. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna turn it to
You're just gonna put the key in, turn the ignition on. You're not gonna let the engine go on. Just accessories, and when you turn the accessories on, it's gonna prime the fuel pump. It'll kick it on. You should actually be able to hear it, especially now since it's upgraded. I believe it's a little louder now.
Yup. I heard that bad boy turn on.
All right, here we go.
Oh! The fuel pump works!
All right, so we're going to put the seat back in right now, put everything back together in the rear. That way we can go and do some data logging and see how the low pressure and the high pressure fuel pump is now, because with the upgraded low pressure fuel pump, it could be now helping out the high pressure fuel pump and not choking out the high pressure fuel pump, or vice versa. Feels like it's holding stronger. Like it feels it's pulling a little bit stronger.
That felt good, dude.
Alright, so as you guys saw in the last clip, we did some driving. The fuel pressure looked absolutely perfect for the high pressure, and the low pressure look very well also. Hopefully, you know, this will be the start of something good. The goal is, you know, 550 wheel horsepower. So stay tuned, because in the next couple of videos I'm going to be showing a lot of dyno graphs comparing, you know, pump gas to E85 and tunes like that. And, you know, we're going to be getting our first fill up of E85 real soon.